A topic that has certainly made headlines across Arkansas and the country, the GOP tax plan. It has been labeled and touted as a Christmas present for Americans, but of course, in this political climate, not everyone agrees. I'm here now with Representative Bruce Westerman here to talk about that plan. And first off, I'd like to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, same to you, Winnie. Great to be with you here today.
Thank you. Wonderful. Well, let's dive right in. First question I have for you is, here at home, people want to know how exactly this plan is going to impact them. Can you help us figure that out?
Yeah, I think this is going to be great for Arkansans, especially those in the 4th District where I represent. The median household income is about $42,000 a year. Already, 81.5% of the tax filers in my district use a standard deduction. So the first big thing about the tax bill is it doubles the standard deduction. So somebody filing jointly gets a $24,000 deduction, standard deduction. The individual filer gets a $12,000 standard deduction. So I think probably greater than 90% of the tax filers in my district will be using the standard deduction. On top of that, the child tax credit's been doubled from $1,000 to $2,000. So it's going to greatly simplify the way people file their taxes. It's also going to put more money back into their pockets. On top of the standard deduction and the child tax credit, the rates are also going lower. You still get to, if you want to itemize, you get to keep the home mortgage deduction. You get to keep, and that's up to a $750,000 home, which will cover most homes in the 4th District. Charitable contributions are unlimited on deductions. I've been seeing some stuff where people are trying to spin it that this tax reform is going to hurt charitable contributions. And, you know, for it to do that, people are just going to have to quit giving money, but they're going to have more money in their pockets. There's no limit on charitable deductions. Nothing has changed on that. And I think that with people having more money to give, they will actually increase charitable deductions. Only time will tell on that. So it's going to simplify the code, it's going to lower the rates, and it's going to put more money back into hardworking Arkansans' pockets. And that's especially true in my district, but I believe it's going to be true for the whole state.
And I understand that timing was a question, that in a few years that some of those initiatives in the bill could kind of roll back. Do you have any concerns about that, that these wonderful numbers won't necessarily last?
Yeah, there's an 8-year limit on that. And that's been talked about a lot, but people haven't really talked about why there's a limit on it, why these tax cuts expire. And the simple fact is it comes back to the Senate and getting 60 votes in the Senate. Congress could make these tax cuts permanent the next time we're there to take a vote. But to get it passed in the Senate, to do that, you would have to have 60 votes. So if you want to see this permanent, call your senators, call Democratic senators and say vote for the permanent tax cuts, because we could make them permanent in the House, I'm pretty sure, with a simple majority vote, and we could do that rather easily. But getting those 8 Democratic senators to vote to make the tax cuts permanent is what it would take to make them permanent. I've even seen some of these senators that would refuse to vote for it, talking about why these tax cuts aren't permanent. So we always need to ask ourselves why when you hear something like that. And the simple fact is it takes 60 votes in the Senate.
All right, some very good information there, for sure.
Thank you to Representative Westerman for coming on and sharing that.